chat. And how about we launch Fresco? Check. Hello, hello. Anyone listening? No? Nobody here yet, huh? All right, well, until I see some message in the chat here. Yeah, they're all. Oh, they're all offline? Why are they offline? What's going on? All on. I am streaming. Why is stuff not going out? Okay. My love, the stream doesn't seem to be working, at least from my end. Would you try logging into either Picarto or YouTube and see if there's a live stream in progress? Thank you. Huh. Okay. All right. Restream. Why does it say offline? What's going on? Oh, it's working. Okay. Well, great. All right. Well, let's just keep drawing then. Alexa, continue.
Wasn't nothing to get ready for. Ursula had chosen to leave me with the Harfax people and get away herself, leaving the drudge to Shataspil. I knowed she was a whole lot cleverer than me, but I thought she had made a bad bargain, and I believe Shataspil thought so too. When Ursula was gone, she didn't do nothing to her gun like she said she was going to do. She put her knife back in her belt, which I was glad of, and walked away from me like I wasn't there. "Stand down," she told her people. "We shouldn't have long to wait. Yerin, set a guard by the door. I don't expect an ambush, but it's best to take no chances. Maybe she's not as stupid as she seems." 41 pickup sticks, Manono said. 42 pickup sticks? 43 pickup sticks? "What are you doing?" I whispered, mightily bewildered. But she couldn't hear me. I didn't have no induction field to get my words to her. the way she did for me. Yerin and 2 others went and stood just inside the skull mouth. Everyone else slung their bows and sit down again, talking in low voices. I heard the tracker, Kilia, making a joke about how long it takes old women to get anywhere. "She got long legs, though," one of the others said. "You're looking at her legs, Wick. And you just married?" There was laughing all around, and the man who said that ducked his head, blushing and grinning too. 74 pickup sticks? 75 pickup sticks? Shitaspil went and got the fire gun and slung it on her shoulder. But there was something about the hang of it that she didn't like. She tugged on the buckle. "What song has a nice loud opening, Cody?" Manono said. "Something by Sleater Kinney, maybe?" I looked down at Shitaspil's pack, which is where the dream sleeve was. I must have looked surprised, for Shitaspil gave me a hard stare, then followed where my eyes was looking. "Oh, I know," Manono said. Them words was followed by a grinding, awful noise that stayed in the air for a second. It was like someone was dragging something made of metal across the floor. There was no mistaking where it come from. Another metal screech sounded out, even louder than the first. Shitaspil took a step away from her pack. One of the other half-axe fighters snatched up his bow and aimed an arrow at it. Then the music cut in. I know this song well enough. It was Pandemonic Hyperblast by Anal Nathrak. I think it was a live version, for some of that noise was not music, but cheering from the people that was there when Anal performed it all them years ago. Manono was playing music of the before times, and she was playing it loud. Everyone stared at the pack on the ground in wonderment. "Is that sound coming out of?" the tracker asked, but she stopped before she got out the rest of her words. An arrow had hit her high up in the chest. She touched the shaft with her fingers' tips, her eyes gone wide with surprise and dismay. Then she sunk down on her knees and fell full length on the ground. A second arrow hit a wall and clattered to the ground. Shitaspil yelled out, "Cover!" and the half-axe people all moved at once. The best cover was a part of a brick wall in the corner where the fire had been. And that was where they fell back to. Shitaspil was in the middle of them, the fire gun ranging left and right as she tried to figure out where the bowman was that was shooting at them. The opening words of the song came booming out. It didn't really sound like a song though. The sound was so loud it was like each of them words was a rock that was hitting you in the head. With my hands tied, I couldn't protect my ears even a little bit. I kneeled down in the middle of the big space and leaned my head on my chest, kind of froze up by the deafening din and by the fear and puzzlement of what was happening. If the bowman wanted to put an arrow in me, I was an easy target. He did not though. He shot another half-axe fighter in the shoulder as the guards that were set at the door come running to the sound. I could see him now. The arrows was coming from high up, so that was where I looked. The bowman had choosed a place on one of them bits of floor way above us. He was down on one knee and firing just as fast as he could fit the arrows to the string. She was firing. It was no man up there. I see now. It was Cup. Shitaspil had found her too. She lifted the fire gun in her 2 hands and set her cheek to the end of it, sighting along the barrel.
Alexa, pause. Alexa, continue.
Cup must have seen the danger, but she couldn't do nothing about it. All the half-axe fighters was firing up at the ledge, so she dared not put her head out now, but had got to duck down flat on the ground. Shataspil took aim, and of a sudden, catched fire. Flame growed all over her at once, and splashed out from her to hit the half-axe fighters around her. In a second they were shrieking and rolling on the ground, trying to put out the flames. But the flames would not go out. Shataspil didn't scream or make any sound at all. She didn't even burn for very long. It was like she fell in on herself between two breaths. The fire was so hot, it swallowed her whole. There was a shape of her, for a moment longer, outlined in black against the painful yellow-white of the explosion. Then the flames gusted out in all directions, and there was nothing left where she had been, except a little cloud of black ash rising up on the hot air. Yerin tried to rally the half-axe fighters, shouting at them to keep on firing. Another volley of arrows went up, and one of them would most likely have found its mark if Cup was still on the ledge. But Cup was racing around the top of the wall now, not shooting no more, but just getting some distance from where she had been. Yerin turned with her, fitting another arrow to his bow, hauling back the string, pointing the arrowhead at the space in front of her, like we was teached when we first went hunting. I run into him with my head down, knocking him off his feet. The arrow went sailing off to some place I didn't see. But I tripped and fell too. Yerin got up first. He grabbed me by the hair and drawed his knife. That knife blade seemed to hang in the air over me for an awful long time. But I think that was just the way a terrible moment stretches out inside your brain. This is where I die then, I thought. But it wasn't. The drudge come out of nowhere at a gallop. It trampled Yerin down into the dirt and stones right next to me. I heard a snap that could have been his neck or his spine, or both at once. Whatever it was, he didn't get up again. There was 3 half-axe fighters still standing at that point. They all let off their arrows at the drudge, but they might as well have been throwing feathers at a wall for all the good they done. Cup took one more of them, her arrow going right through his throat. The drudge trampled the other 2, then went around the big room, setting its heavy feet on anything that moved.
Hey, Ahsoka Nelson.
It stopped when it come to me, though.
Alexa,
I guess
stop.
Ursula had told...
All right. Now, let us move on over to... Hey, it's working. All right. Wrong button. Alrighty, what have we here? Okay. Soka Nelson, what up? Where to put Ed? How about this? Ah! There we go. Ahsoka asks, what software? That's interesting. So I guess you can't see the whole screen. But up at the top where it says VZ and Ed clipboard, 1600 by 1200 pixels, 300 DPI, 200%, Clip Studio Paint Pro. Before I was using Adobe Fresco. How much of my screen can you see, Ahsoka? Half. Interesting. Which half? Let's see. Maybe I can look and see. Let's go to YouTube. Oh. Huh. You know? Oh, yeah, you're right. Weird. Alright, well, close that. I wonder why that is. Duck and ant? Uh-huh. So, Ahsoka, I take it you don't read Geb. All right. Actually. So there's nobody watching. All right. Alexa, continue.
I guess Ursula had told it not to hurt me. I should have been grateful for that, I know. And I would be, by and by. Not right then, though. There was too much blood and breaking for me to feel anything at all, except the waste of it. Chapter 19. I was purposing to run away, Cup said. I was only following the two of you so I could steal some food off of you. And then I'd be free of you forever. There wasn't nothing I wanted more than to never see either one of you again. She looked in my face as she said it, like she wanted to be sure I believed her. This was not a talk we had right away, but later, a fair way south of Birmingham, in a place that didn't have no name as far as I know, nor no dead bodies in it, old or new. We was camped for the night on the top of a hill with a clear view all round. Ursula had put my broke finger in a splint and give me some medicine for the pain that made me sleepy and fuzzy-headed. I was listening with as much of my brain as was left from there. But then I seen you run away, coldly senseless, Cup said, and I seen them take you. I couldn't hardly believe you was stupid enough to go off by yourself like that. She grabbed up a branch and poked the fire
Alexa,
hard,
stop.
like the fire had done her some hurt.
Alexa.
So,
stop. Hello, my love. How are you? Yeah. Do you have a lot of record keeping to do at the end of a class? Ah. Hey, would you turn off the sound on the stream? Yeah. Yes, people can hear me talk, so don't let me say anything too mushy. Oops. Yeah. There's nobody in the stream right now, so we can talk. Alrighty. Boy, I haven't drawn these characters in a while. They're not coming out very well. Let's see. No. Oh, what are you looking at? A dragon. Weird. I'm not sure what image you're seeing. How will you do that? Oh well, don't worry about it. Oh, weird. Why is that on screen? Huh. No, I haven't worked on that in like half an hour. That's what you see on YouTube right now? Hmm. Okay. Yes. That's VZ, actually. Yeah. At some point, you might want to read the comic. Get to know the characters. I said at some point, you might want to read the comic. Get to know the characters. Boy, I'm just having trouble with proportions today. You know what? I'm just gonna scrap this whole drawing. Proportions. So let's just select it all and delete. And we'll start again. So what were you helping Ark with? Uh, is this English or Filipino or what? English, okay. That's his primary language, right? Alright, so then Ed is going to be like there. Foreshortened. So VZ is the boss here, but he's the new boss, and he doesn't want this assignment. He just wants to get promoted quickly and get sent off to a more prestigious assignment. So he has subtly communicated to his second in command, Ed, that she should cheat to make sure that they hit all their numbers, and meet their targets. Did he say something about an orange potion?
Yeah, he came all of a sudden to get his boy that he left.
I see.
I already heard him coming, so I already know about it here, so I immediately handed it to him.
Mm-hmm. Is that your water bottle? Is it? Yeah. The snap of the top.
Water, so I drink very hot.
Ah. Alexa, what's the temperature in Celsius?
Right now, it's 12 degrees Celsius. Today, expect a high of 20 degrees. Happy Thursday.
Mm-hmm. Alexa, what's the temperature? It's funny because I don't know what 12 degrees means.
Right now, it's 55 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Today, expect a high of 69 degrees.
55. That's colder than any air-conditioned building, right? Yeah. So maybe you've never felt this temperature. This would be a warm day in January. All right. Kind of glad there's nobody in the stream today. I'm having real trouble. Controlling proportions. Yeah. Yeah. No, not with the stream. No, with my hand and my eye and my brain. I don't know. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it doesn't. All right. Like Ed here is floating above the ground compared to VZ, so let's actually, she's already near the bottom, so let's move him up so I can get his feet into the shot. Something like that. Well, actually, the whole frame is going to be like that. So there'll be dialogue here. Okay. Well, let's go a little darker. Uh-oh. Is that your brother-in-law or is that Ark? Okay. Mm-hmm.
I think I showed you the video.
I think you did.
She told me to look at that.
Yep.
She was in English.
Mm-hmm. I remember.
Okay, she charged me 40 per hour.
Dollars?
Yes.
Wow.
Much I did that.
That's pretty good. I charge $20 an hour for illustration. Or 25 now. I just got a raise.
So she does 40 per hour.
Yeah.
Project like that. And if it's per project, rates go anywhere from 200 to 1,500. Depending on the complexity of the test and whatever amount of work.
Alexa, what's 50 US dollars in PHP?
50 US dollars is 2,423.70 PHP.
So do you think you could get by on 2,000 PHP per hour?
That's already
A good start.
think about
You don't think what?
that's very great. That's already huge for a beginner. Usually a beginner's rate is somewhere between $2 to $5 per hour.
Let's see. It's weird how some days drawing is easy and some days it is hard. You'd think it would be the same all the time, but it is not.
Yeah, I think
Okay, what's she going to do with her other hand? We just have her holding the ubiquitous cup of coffee. All right. So let's create a new layer. This will be Ed, or Edwina. All right. A darker color, a smaller pencil, and we dive in. All right. So what was the best thing that happened today? Today.
today,
Yeah. Other than talking to your boyfriend, of course. I mean, that goes without saying. That's got to be the best thing, right? But aside from that,
aside from that,
yes.
nothing really.
So it is with the pandemic. Yeah.
Yeah,
So it goes. Did you say weeding or reading? Okay. Yeah, you'd never spoken of gardening before, so I would be surprised to hear that you were out pulling weeds.
well, when I was going to get were not yet popular. When I picked art class or pot, so I did that. But so I transferred some seedlings to larger watermelon pot,
No.
There were two plants that um, I have killed.
You plant killer.
Yeah, I guess you can say that. I did kill two beautiful plants
Oh,
given by my mother.
oh no.
But she brought them here, and then so there's this plant. I don't know what's the national name or English name, but local name we call it plant vegetable.
Really? Huh.
Yeah. So without proper knowledge, I thought plant vegetable plant can be an indoor plant. So I put it in our living room
Mm-hmm.
so that I could, make it look nicer. I mean, it's nice to have plants inside your house, like your living room, near the mirror, or TV. So I took one, put it inside, and then it died.
Oh, you know what? You've reminded me I need to water my plants. They're looking sad. Okay.
Oh,
Well, you have warned me in time. I can intervene.
yes,
Save them.
mine.
Oh, I've been keeping plants for a very long time. I do all right with them. No, don't say.
Wiser than I am.
Oh, stop. Stop.
Yeah, I feel like carbon.
Well, I say stop because there's another word that goes with wise, and I don't want to hear it. It's a three-letter word that starts with O. Oh.
Why do people associate why
Age. Well, maybe it's wishful thinking, but after decades of making the same mistakes over and over again, some people actually learn. some people do. Some lessons. Yeah. Okay. Still nobody in the stream. What's up? I mean, I had lots of people yesterday. It's Thursday. Thursday is the cursed stream. There we go. I couldn't say. Okay.
in the Philippines, especially if it's someone's birthday,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you're already turned 40, people will start calling you gorgeous.
Ah. Oh, okay.
Happy birthday, gorgeous.
Well, that's nice.
It's not nice
No? Oh, it sounds nice.
because gorgeous, well, gorgeous is um, the word for G-O-R,
Mm-hmm.
or our dialect, the street word that
Oh, well, I'm glad you told me. I might have called you gorgeous just spontaneously.
I know
Right.
I know you said,
Beautiful. Yeah.
but for us,
I see. I see. Your sister's not that much older than you, right? Yeah. You're basically peers. Both millennials. Do you care about that? Is that a big deal in the Philippines? The generations. It's a very big deal here in the U.S. Yeah.
So you categorize
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Everybody hates the boomers. The boomers have all the money. Not hate, but people are angry at the boomers. Because the boomers were children at the height of American prosperity. And then when that's not their fault, no. But then later generations, who didn't do as well, the boomers blamed those later generations. They said, "Oh, you're just lazy. You're not working hard. Why aren't you getting the same life results that we did?" So the boomers really, they spent years and years earning everybody's hatred. And not all of them, of course. And in fact, most of my audience are boomers. Most of the paying audience, anyway, are boomers. There's some, I'm not sure what you'd call her, like social media celebrity who did this little OK Boomer song and dance. You don't know it? Okay. Let me find it right quick. Let's see. Oh, I just closed the browser that I needed to use. So, okay, Boomer girl. There she is. Nicolo. Oh, she's got a Wikipedia entry? That's just gross. Okay. Let's go videos. Okay, Boomer. Oh, it's a TikTok. I see.
Whatever you saying, Boomer.
Yeah, that's her. So, copy. Paste. Okay. She is in the chat. Hey, it's Ed. Good morning, Ed. Today seemed like the cursed live stream. Nobody here, which is okay because I'm having trouble drawing. Ed, do you know the OK Boomer girl? Nicole. So Ed probably hasn't even heard my words yet. Let's see. You know what? I would just direct you to her Wikipedia page. I'm not really sure what her story is. I mean, she's cute and bubbly, but I don't understand why millions and millions of people have obsessed over this video. Yeah, but the internet is full of cute and bubbly and sexy women. I don't know what her secret sauce is. I think there is a 20-second lag, says Ed. Yeah, that could be. That could very well be. All right. Layer, new layer, a vector. Ed Inc. So Ed is the one who asked if you were an AI. Ed says, I resent that there have not really been any major Gen X politicians. Well, unfortunately, Ed, I'm afraid we're about to have our first Gen X president, and she's going to be the worst. I hate to say it, but Kamala Harris is a member of my generation. What's that? Oh, that's way too big. Let's try a 10. Yeah. Boomer women in particular really hate this okay boomer girl. They despise the men who are captivated by her. Are you reading the Wikipedia entry? Mm-hmm. Although the Gen Z also they they hate the millennials too. I don't quite understand that rivalry, but I'm told it's real. Oh wow. Kamala Harris apparently graduated from high school in Montreal, Canada, which is where Ed is. So Ed, I'm talking to Rose on WhatsApp, and I've just set her on the path of learning about generational strife here in the U.S. and the OK Boomer song and girl. Nicolol. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right because it doesn't flow very well. Can you see Ed's comments? Rose? Can you see what can you see Ed's comments in the chat? AI, artificial intelligence, yeah. Yeah, he's the one who asked if I had performed a Turing test to make sure that you were a real person. Yeah, that was Ed. Yeah. So Ed, she says it's all good. I explained your joke. Alrighty. Nope. There we are. So Ed drives for, was it Uber or Lyft, Ed? I forget. GPT-3 is pretty astounding. Yeah. GPT-4 is, I don't have access to it, but I hear it is scary how competent it is. So I'm not sure I can explain what GPT is right off the top of my head, but it's a language processing algorithm that is really good at Oh, Ed says, no, I do Uber Eats and DoorDash now. Interesting. So Ed is making his living in the pandemic by delivering food.
Oh wow, that has become a major thing here.
Yeah,
Delivery,
I bet.
is it?
Yeah.
Wow, yeah. It's booming.
Well, that means there must be somebody who can afford to order food delivered to their homes. It's a good sign, I guess. Not everybody is flat broke. GPT-3 is autocomplete backed by teraflops of supercomputing. Close bracket. So what are you doing now, Rose? Oh, of course. But what else?
Looking, I was reading the blog that I was reading a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
Reading it again. Just giving it. Really focused to
Yeah. I got the sense that I was playing second fiddle. Do you know that expression? Do you know the expression second fiddle? You know, I should probably ask Alexa before I just offer up my intuitive understanding of that phrase. Alexa, define second fiddle.
The definition of the word second fiddle is someone who serves in a subordinate capacity or plays a secondary role. The word second fiddle has one other definition.
Alexa, what is the other definition of second fiddle?
Here's something I found on Wiktionary. I have a few definitions for the noun, second fiddle. 1. A fiddle part in harmony to the first fiddle. 2. The person playing second fiddle. 3. A sidekick or subordinate, or the role of such a person.
Yeah. Alexa, define third wheel.
Third wheel is usually defined as a person or thing that serves no useful purpose or an unwanted third party accompanying two people on a date.
Oh, Ed, that ain't it. That ain't it. This is the live stream. This is for everybody. This is the big room. Happy to have you here. Ed says, in Canada, the government has opened the purse strings. We got $2,000 per month Canada Emergency Response Benefit. $2,000 a month? Dang, Ed. People have been spending it on takeout and Netflix. Well, and Amazon probably. Yeah, we got one check for $1,200. And that was in May? I think it was in May. Yeah. Let's see. New layer. VZ sketch. Hey, Ed, guess what? So he's got to wait 30 seconds to hear that. And then he's got to type in the chat, what? Question mark. And then I'll tell him, like in a minute later. Anyway, weekly production of the Geb webcomic resumes this week. I guess next week, but I'll be working on it this week. And the setting is shifting from Antarctica to Los Angeles. Let's see. I'll share a link with the two of you. So posting the link in the chat for Restream. And then WhatsApp. And now I pick up my stylus again and I don't put it down for the next 28 minutes. I speak. I communicate with my voice. All right, VZ. Lucha Vavoom. Yes. Lucha Vavoom is an entertainment spectacle. It combines Mexican wrestling, comedy, and burlesque. So the comic strip is going to be set in a fictionalized version of Lucha Vavoom. We call it Lucha Alienzo. So alienzo means canvas. So it's like a fight on the canvas. But alienzo is A space Lienzo. So the word alien is in the title. Lucha Alienzo. It's funny, see? It's clever. It must be very funny if I have to tell you it's funny, right? Actually, this is where you laugh now. This is the part where you laugh. I will pause now so that you may laugh at my funny joke. Ha ha. Alrighty.
Ed says they are going to start their Los Angeles public flash mob.
Nope, no. Nope. Joyce has snuck off, gone AWOL to go wrestle. And do roller derby. Are you familiar with roller derby? Okay, so roller derby is roller skates, yeah. Yeah, basically it's women in roller skates going around and around in a rink trying to knock each other down, and I'm not even sure, how score is kept in roller derby. Ed, do you know? Oh, Ed also writes. Oh yeah, he already read that. Ed, it's like you're doing something else. It's like your full attention's not on the chat here or on the live stream. You got a life or something? I'm teasing. Ed understands that I'm teasing. I assume. Maybe not. Maybe I'm being a total jerk. That's a great question. I don't know what it means. Alexa, what is the Pomodoro method?
Pomodoro technique, the time management technique.
Oh. No, Ed, I'm not. Alexa, describe the Pomodoro technique.
According to Wikipedia, the Pomodoro technique is a time management method developed by Francesco Cirillo in the late 1980s. The technique uses a timer to break down work into intervals, traditionally 25 minutes in length, separated by short breaks. Each interval is known as a pomodoro, from the Italian word for tomato, after the tomato-shaped kitchen timer that Cirillo used as a university student.
Okay. I have heard of that before. I have never consciously employed it. I wonder if there's a Pomodoro skill for Alexa. Alexa, is there a Pomodoro skill?
All right. How about Tim Burton's character of the day? Or you can ask for more options.
Alexa, stop. I don't think she understood. Ed says, me and KMO go way back. I can take the teasing. 25 minutes on tasks and 5-minute breaks. No, I'm just going to do 2 continuous hours in the live stream, and then I'm going to take probably a full hour and talk to Rose. If she's up for it. I mean, maybe I'm being presumptuous. That's what I've been doing. Yeah, but in general, Ed, no, I don't use anything approaching the Pomodoro technique. I probably should, because I end up squandering a bunch of time, and then I end up just driving myself crazy working very long stretches without breaks. It's not a smart way to work, and I'm not proud of it, but that's pretty much what I do. So, new layer. What sort of layer? You're right, a vector layer. This will be VZ ink. Okay, I did put the stylus down momentarily to type there. All right, black, 10 points. Ed has been here to Bellows Falls. He lives in Montreal, which is a couple hours north of here. And he came here to Bellows Falls, and he brought his daughter. His daughter, whom I had met many years before, but she was a young child then, and I don't think she remembered. From many, many years ago. She's a young woman now. Funny how that works. First met Ed in late 2009. Yeah. She is becoming quite the power scholar. Ah, do tell. Hey, I am unplugging my headphones.
Met her when she was 7 and then 13. Do you remember?
She seemed older than 13 the second time I met her. But yeah, I certainly remember meeting her. I am now... Where am I doing? Trying to find the call. There we are. Return to call. Okay. You are now on speaker, so Ed should hear you. Not in real time, but,
Oh.
Oh, you didn't want that?
What am I gonna say?
What are you going to say? Well, you're going to ask that question to start with, and then Ed's going to make a suggestion. She's named after Jadzia Dax from DS9. Did I know that? I must have known that.
Hi.
Well, Ed made it easy for you.
Yes. Thank you very much.
I am a nice person, he writes. I will attest. He is a gentle soul. Okay, boomer. No boomers here. Ed, you're a Gen Xer like me, right? You must be.
You're not one of those people who resent the boomers.
No. No, I tend to resent people more in line or in terms of economic class than their age cohort.
You resent them. Why?
Because we have an economic system which is slanted in favor of the rich. We have just this year we have seen the most massive transfer of wealth upward, from working people to fabulously wealthy people. Any emergency, any calamity, anything that calls for a large government response, the only solution they know is give rich people more money. So that has been their solution to the COVID-19 epidemic, is give away trillions of dollars to corporations and the wealthiest people. And give poor working people one check for $1,200 one time. And after that, you are on your own. Whereas just a couple hours north, up in Canada, where Ed lives, the government is giving everybody $2,000 a month, every month, to keep the economy going. Or heck, with those idealistic Canadians, maybe they're even doing it for human benefit.
Is that his daughter's name?
Jadzia, yeah.
Wow.
With non-retiring boomers holding all the good jobs. Yeah, there's that too. People used to retire or even die, but the boomers have decided they're not going to do either. And, I don't blame them. If I have the chance of not getting old or dying, I'm going to take it. So I don't resent the boomers on that score. Okay. So I have a brilliant idea. I am going to save this file. Look at that. All right. Save. This is a pathetically small amount of work to show for an hour and a half. SERB is for anyone who needs it. I guess SERB is the acronym for that social welfare benefit. I could use it. They ain't giving me none. Alrighty. We need VZ color. So new layer. And raster layer is fine. So do I have all closed paths here? Let's see. Yeah, awesome. All right. And down here too? Yes. And over here? Yes. Haha. All right. All right. Everybody's gotten shy now. So, Rose, if you are reading something online, please educate me.
I'm not.
You're not? Oh. You're
I'm
just...
looking at your drawing. I'll read it to you.
Alrighty. So he's going to be wearing khaki pants. Is that khaki? Is that khaki? How about that? I'll try that. What's going on? Oh, right. Selection. So deselect. There we are. What do you see on screen right now? How far behind are you, I wonder?
VZ is getting colored.
Okay, well, you're not that far behind then. Have I started on his pants yet, or is it still his top?
Yes, I see it.
Okay.
Working on his pants.
Ed says, I'm getting the link.
He has a link for you.
A link to a comics festival. What's a festival? I'm guessing it's festival. We have up here every spring. You could consider participating. Oh, okay, great. Yeah. Heck, I could probably get my travel expenses reimbursed. And even though I don't have a passport, I can go to Canada. As I have an enhanced driver's license. That lets me cross the Canadian and Mexican borders by land, but not by air.
Oh, I think it can, right? Because you also posted a link. So I think it's allowed. Like sharing?
Yeah, I think I posted a link, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, Lucha Vavoom.
The Lucha Babu. Okay. You can because you're the host.
Oh, I see. Ed, you can send me an email and I'll post it. Oh, no, that's not what I'm doing. No, the boss wants to take Geb to Comic-Con and like rent a table and have displays up, but I don't think
Comic-Con?
I don't think he understands just what a professional and high dollar presentation Comic-Con is. Have you heard of Comic-Con?
No.
Oh, it's a very famous gathering in San Diego, California every year. It's all about comics and science fiction movies and things like that, and people come from all over the world to go to it, and people dress up in very elaborate costumes.
Oh, cosplay.
Yes. So you've heard of cosplay, but not Comic-Con. That's interesting.
Well, it's because I know some friends who are very so into online games.
Uh-huh.
And there are, I've seen a lot of cosplay shows, like in the mall or on TV.
Interesting.
Yeah. A lot of Filipino gamers are into cosplay as well. Although I don't really understand the fascination for cosplay.
Ed, did you send me the link? I'm not seeing it in my inbox. Okay. We got 17 minutes left, so let me find the chat window again. There we are, and just pick up the stylus and get back to it. Alrighty. So ants come in many colors. What's that?
He'll send it to you.
Okay, great.
He'll send it to you now.
Links are being filtered on live chat. Yeah. That makes good sense. Otherwise, these chats would just be full of spammers.
Yeah, true.
Spammers and scammers. The internet is lousy with them.
Spammers, scammers.
Even the online dating sites. If you can believe it. If you can believe it. People would exploit
You can believe it.
innocent people's desire for romance and connection for money. I'm shocked. I am so not shocked. In fact, exploiting loneliness for money is, I don't want to say the world's oldest profession, but it's certainly up there. Are you familiar with the phrase, the world's oldest profession?
No.
Typically, people mean prostitution when they say that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would think hunter and gatherer probably came before prostitution, but soon after money was invented. All right. Actually, you don't need money for prostitution. Food works just as well. All right. Alrighty, Ed. Here comes the paint bucket. Ooh, look at that. The link, she has been sent. Let us check. Edward Casimir. fbdm-mcaf.ca/en/. Wow, that is an ugly, ugly link. Montreal Comic Arts Festival. May 22nd, 23rd, and 24th, 2020. So this is this year's event. Anyway, they'll update it. So, there we are. Hey, Ed, tell me something good. Or Rose. Somebody tell me something.
What?
Just
tell you something.
tell me something. Yeah.
Tell you something good.
At this point, it could even be, tell me something that's just half okay, even.
Okay.
Doesn't even have to be good. It can be good-ish. Good-like. Approaching good.
Oh, Ed has one.
What you got, Ed?
Multiple avenues for vaccine development are showing good results.
Yay! That totally qualifies. Okay. I think that Ed's claws here are too large. So, let's bring them down. Yeah. So why did I move them way out there?
But don't people from the US have issues against vaccines?
Some do. They're what we like to call stupid.
Stupid.
That's the technical term for the mentality that says you should not vaccinate your children against disease.
I think some parents also share the same sentiment of bias against vaccine.
In the Philippines?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Yeah, they always listen to the US. What
to the wrong voices in
what
the
the
U.S.
US says.
Well, the U.S. doesn't say that vaccines are bad. Stupid people in the U.S. say that vaccines are bad.
What? I mean, okay, I can rephrase that.
Okay.
I mean, we are so much influenced by what we hear or see from American culture.
Yes. You and the rest of the world. Even the parts of it that claim to hate the U.S. Yeah, well, yeah. Philippines more than other countries, I know. You used to be us for about half a century.
Not WhatsApp. Maybe Facebook. Because Facebook is such a huge thing here. I mean, almost everyone is on Facebook. And maybe having more than one account.
Yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah. Bye-bye, Facebook. Got no use for you.
Yes, I agree. That's true. Facebook shares tend not to be curated by people with picture and influencing. Yes, that's why I always tell my mother, you know, don't believe everything that you see or read from Facebook. And then it's so annoying because she kept forwarding things to us. To me, to my sister, to my brother, like each of us receive the same messages almost every day. And I never open any one of them.
You are wise. Nothing is to be gained from that.
Of course, it's so easy to make a video these days, you know?
Oh, yeah? How long have you and I been working on a video, and how done is it?
No, I mean... of course, I mean... It's very easy to influence with your message, whatever it is that you want to say. Just go to Movie Maker, put some things in there, and then save and upload.
Yeah. And people who want to believe it will believe it.
Just get images from Google, type something in there, put things together, and then you have a video. You have a fake news.
Mm-hmm. Congratulations, you've joined the makers of fake news. Ed, do you watch Rising? So wait for that message to filter its way down to Ed. So this process is very time-consuming, and I imagine not that interesting to watch. The quick sketches that I do at the beginning of the stream, I think, are probably more interesting, but I don't know for sure. You know, the beginning of the stream when I'm warming up.
Yeah, when you're sketching, this is the most interesting part, especially when I'd ask you and you'd say, I don't know.
What are you drawing? I don't know. Something. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see what comes out of it. Ed says, I watched a bit, then got tired of the TV anchor format they use. Plus, I get enough USA politics from listening to NPR. Oh, God, NPR. Ugh. NPR is National Public Radio. It is government-funded, but not so much anymore. Now it's mostly corporate funded. It's radio for people with long attention spans, and I've listened to it my whole life, and I used to really love it. And since Trump took office, they have just shit the bed totally. They have given up all pretense at objectivity or journalistic integrity, and they're just openly anti-Trump all day, every day. It's just nauseating to listen to. And I don't like Trump, you know. It's not because I like Trump and they're saying bad things about Trump. It's just they used to be a credible source of information, and they are not anymore. Now, Rising is one of the only sources of information that doesn't pander to, the professional managerial class or the technocratic class, basically the people who are still doing well in the U.S.
Oh, Ed listens to Vermont Public Radio, WNYC.
Yeah.
Why?
Well, Ed lives close enough to Vermont that he can just pick up the over-the-air transmissions from Vermont Public Radio. WNYC, they have a lot of money to spend, so they have some high-quality programs, nationally recognized programs. Ed says, I like specific shows. Like, before Trump got elected, I really liked to listen to On the Media, which is a show from WNYC. But after Trump got elected, they were the first to just go right into the toilet. Like, one of the co-hosts, Bob Garfield, the day after the election, he was going all Hitler. He's just saying, Trump is Hitler, this is Nazi Germany, it's the Third Reich, we have to... And his co-host was, trying to talk him down, saying, okay, Bob, but, he just got elected yesterday. Let's save the Hitler, for when he actually does something, okay? And Bob wasn't going for it. All right. So let's turn the ink back on, and easy color back on. What's going on here? There. Nope. Okay, this has got to be... What am I doing? Time to think. Think. There. Aha. Okay. Oh no. Okay, no problem. No problemo. Which specific shows do you like, Ed? You like, I don't think Leonard Lopate's on anymore, is he? I think he was a casualty to me, too. Easy color. Ed, have you listened to This American Life anytime recently? The ink. Lulu Garcia Navarro. Oh, Ed likes On the Media. The New Yorker Radio Hour. Man. Oh, Ed. New Yorker. I should tune into that stuff just to see what, the entitled media is sending out to their entitled listeners, but I just can't bring myself to subject myself to that. Whoops. Easy color. I haven't heard This American Life recently. Okay, yeah, me neither. I haven't really heard it since the whole Mike Daisy fiasco. Hey, look at the time.
It's 11.
Yep. So I think maybe I should never proceed past the sketching stage here on the live stream. Keep it moving, keep it visually interesting, and not fuss over details like I've been doing. I'll save that for when I'm not streaming. All right. Canadians by default are about 3 notches left of the average American. Well, WNYC and NPR, they're not really left. They're just affluent. Anyway, Ed, thank you very much for tuning in and participating here on the chat. I very much appreciate it. And I will... Actually, I can't make the announcement here. I can. The only person who's going to hear it is Ed. I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow at 9 a.m., so the live stream will start later. Alrighty. So I'm now going to